Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm the High Pop Professor. And today, what I'd like to do is, the other day I watched a video from Adam, Splendid Sports, and Dylan, Double D, Vintage Baseball Cards, and they were showcasing their top sets and their top shiniest sets of all time, and it was phenomenal. It was wonderful, and I may have, during that video, actually went onto eBay and made a certain purchase based on the cards that they were showing. And it sounded like such a fun thing to do that I decided to go ahead and just riff and do my own variation on that same theme. So I like to turn the camera around and showcase some of my top shiniest cards from the 90s. So come with me, we'll turn the camera around and go ahead and get started. Okay, and as we get into these super shiny cards, we have some honorable mentions to name before we actually get started with the actual run itself. And we'll start with a couple examples here from 96 Topps Chrome refractors. Super shiny stuff. The first year they ever had Topps Chrome. And the light just hits these amazingly well. The base cards had these little pock marks, in them. A really interesting little diamond embossing in there. And of course the Star Power subset has even more shine somehow. So we have these two here. Marching on to 97, we have the 97 Bowman's Best mirror image refractor with Maddox and Wood. Other side they have Smoltz and Chris Benson, but really super shiny, and one that actually hulks out sometimes, but this one's a really nice copy. Also from 97 we have Donruss Limited. We have this is the Counterparts Limited Exposure, and so this one again is sort of their answer to refractor. David Cohn's on the back of this one, and yeah, you can see the limited exposure right up there is the sort of refractor parallel, double-sided refractor. Moving on, we have some more Topps Chrome from 99, and really this particular subset, the League Leaders card, is just astonishing. There's an astonishing amount of shine on this. This is just the League base League Leaders sort of just subset refractor, of course. And while we're on Topps Chrome refractors, how about a Mystery Finest also from the same year, 99. Super shiny. Just love this card, love the shine of it. It's fantastic. And we got two more from 2000. Here's a 2000 Topps Chrome, and this is the All Topps Team refractor. Fantastic. It's got this little Hall of Fame plaque in the background. And then, of course, one last one. We have 2000 Bowman Chrome, and this is the Retro Future Refractor. And so this was actually they had the Retro Future, was a parallel of the whole set, the whole 440 card set, which is like 1 in 6 packs. This one was way tougher. This is like 1 in 60 packs. And then again, for a huge set, that makes the true odds really crazy on this one. But just a phenomenal card. And now we'll start in with the countdown list in earnest. Okay, so in no particular order, I guess we'll do a countdown from 10 down to 1, and I'm taking some liberties here because I just am. And so I have a couple of honorable mentions that are also kind of lumped together with a bunch of these. So let's go ahead and start out with one of the cards that was actually inspired. This is a card from 99 Prism, and this is the card that I actually made mention to in the intro here. I may have searched for this 99 Prism Gold, numbered out of 480, and may have purchased that at the exact same time while watching the video. So I went ahead and picked that up. I already had this one. It's a purple, pink parallel, which I thought just had this unique shine to it that almost no other card really had. And so both of these cards, all of them, there's plenty more available in the rainbow. Prism with an S was doing rainbows long before the ultramodern hobby was. But anyway, these two are excellent ones to start us off with here today. Another one that jumps off here is the Stadium Club Triumvirate. Now, what's interesting about this, they had the Luminous, they had the Luminescent, and the Illuminator. This one's the Illuminator, which, yeah, you can see through it. You know, it's got this acetate card. And it does have a little refractor finish to it, but it's a little subtle. But the one that really slams you over the head with it's actually the slightly more common luminescent. And this card, even though this one's way rarer, this one, the second tier, is the one that really just jumps out and slaps you in the face with all this crazy shine. And so, I mean, I love them both. You know, these are both great cards. Love them both, but really, let's be honest. This is the one that really really pops. That really just gets you. So yeah. So, and the way I remember the difficulty to pull, the tiers of insert rarity, I think of syllables. So luminous, 3 syllables, is the easiest one. Luminescent, 4 syllables, is the mid tier, and illuminator, 5 syllables, is the toughest one to pull. And so these are from 2000 Stadium Club, but they had them going back into 99 and 98 as well. And so that's my second entry into this. I mentioned I was going to be taking some liberties with a couple of these. So a couple cards, I do have a couple to showcase for them. And so let's go ahead and start in with that. And so I just want to talk about one kind of technology called the dot matrix technology. And so really these are all examples of dot matrix technology. I'm lumping them all kind of into one because they're all ridiculously shiny in their own ways. So, you know, let's start with one of the earlier examples. This is from 96 Topps, and this is a Tony Gwynn Sweet Strokes. And I mean, again, you just capture the light on this thing. The dot matrix technology, you can tell me it looks like a holofoil finish. It is a certain style of it, but it's almost pixelated. If you look at it really carefully, really closely, and it's just extraordinarily shiny. So in 96, you know, you had Topps doing this. We also had another example of Pinnacle using these. And so Pinnacle had this Keeping the Pace, which again, this card is just wild, from 97. Here are a couple other examples from 99. Here's a Ken Griffey Jr., Power Players, from 99 Topps. And another one. This is their 21st Century Topps, Sean Casey, with an in-person autograph that we got ourselves. And I think one of the most notorious examples of the dot matrix would be this set, the Pinnacle Epics. And so these Epics cards, well, there's a whole it's a whole bunch of them, but basically the idea here is that you've got a bunch of the oranges, a bunch of the purples, a bunch of the emeralds. I only have one emerald, but that's okay. But still, we'll take a look at a couple of these because depending on which kind they are, the Play has a different refractor pattern to it. The All-Star Moments has a different refractor pattern, and then the regular Epics Moments has another one. And so really there's the Play, there's the Game, has another one, the All-Star Moments, the regular Epics Moments, and then there's the Seasons, which was never actually released for Greg Maddux. Again, because these were 98 Pinnacle, and so anyway, so these are all good examples of dot matrix technology. And so coming in number 8, we have that. All right, and once again, I'm interrupting my own video here because I forgot to include maybe the shiniest dot matrix card I have in my entire collection, this Select Numbers card from 1998 Select. This was a card that was never actually released. This is a Pinnacle bankruptcy card, and it is wild. It is extremely rare, really, really hard to find, and I absolutely love the numbers on here that are just popping and just going wild. Love that dot matrix shine on this. These cards were supposed to be numbered to a statistic on the back. None of them actually were. It says right here on the top, it's a prototype. This is an Beckett assigned 9. And this card was never actually released. 98 Select was never packed out. And really was fortunate to be able to pick this up last year, but this one absolutely belongs in this super shiny dot matrix category of ultimate 90s shine. Now we've got a couple other ones here, and I'm just going to call these speckly refractors. I don't know, they're not even refractors necessarily, but there's a whole bunch of speckly cards that all kind of fall into the same category. And they were doing this in sort of the mid-90s, and so 95, 96 is when most of these were coming about. And so we've got a couple here. Here's one that's from 95 Score, and this was the Platinum team. and the Platinum team had this beautiful speckles all over it, and it's just wild. And so likewise, we had the Score Summit. They also the nth degree parallel. Not a tough parallel to get. It was only, maybe one in, I don't know, 1 in 4 packs, 1 in 6 packs, something like that. Not too tough to get, but just the shine on these things is just extraordinary. And that's what we're doing. We're doing a countdown of top shiny stuff. Also, likewise, not just with these, but with, Topps had a couple of these things, 96 Topps. They had something called the Power Boosters. And so here's a Sean Casey rookie card with a Power Booster finish. And what's funny about these Power Boosters, and here's a Star Power, Greg Maddux subset. They only had some Star Power subsets and rookies or young stars, draft pick cards, as with this Power Booster technology. And even though these are beautiful and shimmery and shiny, for whatever reason, they didn't really catch on in the hobby. And I don't really know why. Well, I think they probably should have. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about mid-90s speckly shiny cards, if I didn't talk about the 96 Bowman's Best Preview Atomic Refractor, which is just extraordinarily speckly and shiny, although, to be honest, I do have a slight preference for the regular Atomic. There's a little bit, a little cheating here because I'm lumping this all into one. Here's a silver, here's a Jose Guillen, and of course the golds for the veteran players. The silver was the young stars, the rookies, things like that. So, anyway, lumping all those in together because I'm cheating, because I'm allowed to. All right, coming up next on our Shiny Showcase, let's go ahead and take some more cards that introduced a different kind of shine. And so there were some cards that had cracked ice, and some cards that had cracked ice, and some cards that had regular cardboard mixed with some shiny stuff. So here's a combination. This is a beautiful 96 Donruss Power Alley, Ken Griffey Jr. And, this is not the die-cut variant. This is the first 500 that are die-cut like this. But, a portion of this card is regular cardboard, but then a portion of this almost looks like this atomic refractor type shine, and it just really just hits you. And this is just an extraordinary card. Another card that had some sort of regular cardboard with some very, very shiny accents was a card from 93 Donruss, the Elite Series from Barry Bonds, which really was one of the first that ever introduced the concept of cracked ice on a card. And so even though, the rest of this has sort of this matte finish and this, photo of Bonds still as a pirate, this is one of those iconic early Donruss Elite cards that were still numbered to 10,000 and really tough to get, but this cracked ice just still to this day jumps and pops off these cards. But if you're going to say cracked ice from the 90s, there's no way that you can avoid this one. 98, Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor. And so this card, this one just is just completely wild. Completely wild. And again, I don't know how well this comes across, but however well you think you see this shine, I promise you, in person, looking at these and seeing this in person, it's a completely different story entirely. So 98 Bowman's Best Atomics, numbered out of 100. That's where we're at here for this cracked ice stuff. All right, moving on. Next from our shiny Crusade here. Well, I just said Crusade. I wasn't going to do Crusades yet, but actually, let's go ahead and talk about Crusades. Here we go. Here's a extraordinary Greg Maddux Crusade Green. Super shiny. Here's a Sean Casey Crusade Purple. And yeah, these cards are phenomenal. They have this beautiful etched design in the background around these griffins on either side of them. And these are, again, these little designs, the patterns in the background are really etched in the card. Like they're almost embossed, like you could feel it with your fingers if you actually touch the thing. So just extraordinary cards. Crusades were a stealth insert, just like the Epics, the Pinnacle Epics, across multiple different sets, which is why this one says Donruss, this one says Leaf Rookies and Stars, because they were in the update set. Anyway, so just phenomenal. Great cards, great sets. Let's keep on going. More shiny stuff. All right, now this one, gets an honorable mention. It's a different kind of shine, but nevertheless, it's one that can't be forgotten about. This is the card I picked up at the Philly show with a partial cash trade deal, the 99 Fleer Tradition Date with Destiny. And this is maybe a slightly more subtle shine, but the way the entire surface of the card, there's no border on this card, the complete iridescence, it never ends. It is infinite. It goes across the entire surface of the card. The embossed face that you see of Greg Maddux on this Hall of Fame plaque portrait is just stunning. Stunning, stunning. All right, another set. Counting down, 95 Finest Refractors. Here, let me move the light a little bit. There we are. So 95 Finest. Boy, these cards, here's a Greg Maddux and a Ken Griffey Jr. And the depth and the etching of these Finest Refractors from the 90s. Now, really, I could pick almost any, Finest Refractor from the 90s. But, compared to the 93s and the 94s, I think these 95s just have a deeper, of course, now these are both peeled versions of these 95 refractors. And so if you have the ones with the peel on them, they don't quite, I don't know, the depth of the color, the rainbow, the shine, to me is not quite as intense as when you have them peeled like this. These are both peeled, both very centered, and very minimal hulky on these. Maddux is in a PSA assigned 9. The Griffey is in a PSA assigned 8. Griffey does say refractor on the back here, and Maddux does not. Why? I don't know. It's a variant. All right, moving on. We got three of them left? All right, last three we have here. I mentioned before I could say almost any of the Finest Refractors, but there's one in particular, the 99s. For whatever reason, they just completely jump out and grab you, and especially the gems subset with these little octagons, little honeycombs, with the etching in there. I know I said it before, but boy, what an example of this crazy, crazy, brilliant shine. And so I had to include the gold refractor and just the regular refractor, just for the absurd amount of shine. I actually think the regular one shines even more somehow. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. And this is just a crazy amount of shine. And so there's our number 3 on the list. Coming down, our final two sets that we have, 1995 Bowman's Best Refractors. Again, just complete shine. Something about the silver background with that refractor finish. And boy, I tell you what, Greg Maddux, Ken Griffey Jr., and again, centering was tough on this set too, but thankfully got two pretty, decently centered. Maddux could be better centered really, but the Griffey's actually quite good, considering what that is. And again, the Griffey does say it is the refractor. This one does not, so it is in fact the variant. But then again, we can't say 90s shine without maybe the shiniest set of all the 90s. And so in our number 1 spot, we have the Pinnacle Certified Mirror Rainbow. All of these, Mirror Red, Mirror Blue, Mirror Golds, and of course, their counterpart, the subsets, the Certified Stars. And again, I could pick up any one of these, but let's just take this red, this red subset insert, and we'll just take a look at this complete, I've used the phrase riot of shine before, but really that, this is absolutely absurd. Just to see what these cards, how they look. Let's take a look at this blue over here. Man. So I did put out a video toward the end of last year showcasing when I finished this little 6-card rainbow. But I think of all the 90s sets, and we're talking about the maximum shine, it's got to be this one. It's got to be this set. I don't think there's any other one that really tops this. And if I've missed some, and I'm sure I have, let me know in the comments. Let me know what what else could possibly approach this degree of shine. So anyway, thank you for watching and coming along with me, and I'll see you in the next video.